Dosh, Rabbi Elimelech, wrote this short note, what he called the Tzeitin Katan, a short note, as an inspiration for a holy life. Meaning that if you want to live a holy life, a life of a chassid, these are the instructions. And he starts as follows. אלה הדברים אשר יעשה אותם האדם וחי בהם. בכל עת ורגע שהוא פנוי מן התורה, ובפרט שהוא יושב בתה לבדו בחדר או שוכב על מיטתו ואינו יכול לישון, יהיה מערער במצוות עשה זו של ונקדשתי בתוך בני ישראל. וידמה בנפשו ויצייר במחשבתו כאילו אש גדול ונורא בוער לפניו, עד לב השמיים. והוא בשביל קדושת השם יתברך שובר את טבעו ומפיל את עצמו לאש על קידוש השם יתברך. ומחשבה טובה הקדוש ברוך הוא מצרפה למעשה ונמצא שאינו שוכב ויושב בטל, רק מקיים מצוות עשה דאורייתא. Translation. Whenever you are not studying Torah, especially when you are sitting idly, alone in your room, or lying on your bed, unable to sleep, you should have in mind the mitzvah that's in the Torah in the Sefer Vayikra chapter 22 verse 32 in Parashat Emor, that says, I shall be sanctified among Bnei Israel. Imagine in your heart and picture in your mind that before you is a great and awful fire burning all the way to heaven. And you, in sanctification of God's holy name, overcome your natural fear and throw yourself into it. God will consider your good intentions as if you had actually done it. In this way, you are never merely lying or sitting around idly, but always engaged in fulfilling a positive mitzvah of the Torah. This, Rabotai, is how he begins the Tzeitin Katan. We see from here that the ways of the Chassid are not like the ways of regular people, where usually when someone is teaching something, the typical way of doing it is you start from the small and you grow to the big. You start from something easy and you go to the more difficult. But the Tzeitin Katan starts in quite a different way, telling you already the first message of Chassidut, which is, if you have the opportunity to take the whole pot, if you have the opportunity to be completely righteous, go for it. Don't just try to go along, get along, just a passing grade. If you have the ability to do more, rule number one of Chassidut, do more. Do more than what you are obligated to do. Do more than what you could even imagine yourself doing. Always aspire for more. Furthermore, we see that he starts off by telling us, Bekol et verega, which in English translates to whenever. But really there's a significance to the Hebrew language that we need to know, where he's telling us, Bekol et verega, meaning every moment. And the Gemara in Masechet Brachot in page 7a says, what is a rega? What is a moment? And the Gemara goes back and forth, explaining verses that talk about a moment in the eyes of God. What is a moment? Because this is the lesson that one of the sources we learn from is from Bil'am HaRasha, where Bil'am knew when this moment is. There's a moment where Kadosh Baruch Hu passes judgment on the world. Whatever wrath has to come to this world each day, there's only one moment of the day that it happens. And because Bil'am HaRasha, as we'll learn in Parashat Balak next week, knew this moment, this would be the time when he would say his curses on whoever was the enemy, and the curses will be fulfilled, because there's already wrath coming to the world. It's as if there is a tsunami and the house is in the way. The Gemara asks, what is a moment? How long is a moment? The Chachamim teach us a moment, a rega, lasts as long as it takes you to say rega, meaning a moment. Now, Chachamim broke it down even further and arrived at 1/15,000 of a second. That's a rega. That's a moment. And Rabbi Elimelech says, in every moment that you're not learning Torah, you're not studying Torah. Why are you not studying Torah? Perhaps you're very tired, you're occupied with something that makes you incapable of learning Torah, you're not able to learn, whatever the reason is. If you want to be a chassid, you have to take advantage of those moments. Especially when you are early on and far away from being a chassid, but you aspire to be one. Take advantage of the easy times to take advantage of. Maybe you can't take advantage of every moment while you're working because your mind is on all types of things. Maybe you can't take advantage of the moment that passes through the day, where many times people like to tell people how busy they are and pretend to be busy, but somehow they have time to go out to the store and get some ice cream. Somehow they have time to go buy themselves some new music. Somehow they have time to watch all types of nonsense on the internet. Somehow they have time for all of these things. But if you tell them, can you do me a favor and help me? Oh, no, I'm really, really busy. They don't have any time for other things that are unnecessary. But